So, SwapNote is now out for the 3DS, and with that one app, the 3DS's full feature set has effectively been realized. Since the 3DS launched, one of the biggest new features was the integrated friend system, and one of its most egregious problems was the fact that, yeah, you could see that your friends were online and what they were playing, but you couldn't do anything about it. And so when you saw your friends playing, you're just like, yeah, that's nice. So what am I going to call him on the phone and ask if he wants to play? I mean, that's not what. That's not anything near acceptable for a modern online gaming experience when you're trying to connect with your friends. And so from the beginning, people have been asking when is we want a messaging system on the 3DS so we can contact our friends. And Nintendo's been saying just as long there's going to be one. Just wait, we're gonna come out with one. And SwapNote is now available. It came out a couple of days ago. I think it's called like Mailbox or something in Europe. And I have to say, on one hand, I kind of like it, but it's like basically SwapNote. It to me is Nintendo listening to the 3DS owners saying we want a messaging system. Nintendo listened to them and they gave them what they asked for while completely missing the point and failing to give them what they actually wanted. I think, well, I know in my case, and what I think when people said they wanted to message their friends on their friends list and communicate with them, I think they wanted basically an online version of PictoChat where you could chat with your friends on your friends list in real time. And what Nintendo created instead was effectively an online, basically a web-enabled virtual postcard app that works that updates via Spot Pass and Street Pass. And while that's cool and I like it, but it's like I've it's not what I was expecting. It's not what I asked for, and it seems like this is Nintendo's solution. This is Nintendo's answer to a 3DS messaging system, and it seems like what we're going to get out of them as far as that's concerned, which is kind of disappointing because really, this should have been something that was this isn't even something that should have needed a separate app. It should have been something that's right on the top of your toolbar on the touchscreen that's integrated with the system that you could multitask with, so you could hop off a game if you see your friends online and and message them and go back to your game or start a new game. This one, it's a standalone app, and you can't really carry out, as far as I can see. I haven't used this extensively yet, but it doesn't seem like this SwapNote system is capable of carrying out anything close to a dynamic, real-time conversation between you and your friends. And that really limits its utility in terms of just being able to communicate with your friends, dynamically in real time, like I said, in a meaningful way, getting together to play a certain game or whatever. Whereas the 3DS had PictoChat 7 years ago, and that's basically what we wanted. This swap note, there isn't even an on-screen keyboard. You actually have to write it manual, like you have to write it with the stylus, like you're writing on a piece of paper. And well, one, that severely limits the amount of text or information you could put in a message. And I'm dysgraphic, and just writing normally with a pen and paper and have it look anything close to legible is really takes a lot of effort and time. So if I'm on the go and want to send a message to someone, you know, writing it's even harder with a stylus and a touchscreen because there's even less traction. So it's like I could barely, with taking all the time in the world, make this look legible and fit everything in. And then I send it, and you can't fit a lot of stuff in there. I'm surprised there's no option for an on-screen keyboard, and that isn't that hard to do. I mean, the PictoChat had that. You could either use this on-screen keyboard, or you could choose to draw it. And it's sort of dumb that they don't have an option to do that. So SwapNote, I like it, but it's really just a shadow of, I think, what people were expecting for a way to communicate with your friends on the 3DS. and uh, I am gonna. It should. I think it should have been a lot more versatile and have a lot more features in it. But I do like what I got. I've gotten adorable little messages from my friends. You know, it's wishing me Merry Christmas. I've sent messages out to my friends, and I've enjoyed SwapNote for what it is, but for the to be the solution for friend communication on the 3DS, you know, I think it falls short. But I'm ultimately happy with it. You know, and it's free. So that's what I have to think about SwapNote. So thank you very much for watching.